I've been pet sitting for my brother and sister-in-law this last week, so today we're going to take a quick walk through their yard and see what kind of pretty things they have. We'll do this in two parts, and today we'll start with the front yard. And we'll start with this cute little front patio with all this stonework, and there's some lavender in the pot there. And I think this might be a western wallflower, but it looks a little bit different to me. I'm not entirely sure. This is a Kusa dogwood, I believe. And then let's turn the corner and go look at the pots that she's recently got and see what's in them. 3 pots on the ground. Well, starting from the right is Lindheimer's Bee Blossom. And in the middle is some purple Scabiosa. And then the pincushion flowers. And then on the left is some Veronica, the spiked speedwell. And all 3 of those are excellent choices for pollinators. They're going to love them, especially the bees. And then up over to the right here in this hanging basket that is not hanging is some beautiful petunias with some candy tuft and another different color of petunias. And then let's walk over to the basket's pot she's got by the door. And the red one that you can sort of see from here, let's see if I can go get a close up. This basket on the bottom, the red is Sweet William, and then the purple is some petunias. And then up on the top, there is more purple petunias, and then it's mixed in with candy tuft. And the candy tuft is just barely still going at this point. It's late in the summer, and this candy tuft is done. So around the corner here, we've got some pretty Shasta daisies, some foxglove, and I think that's a Japanese pear shrub behind them. And yeah, the daisies and the foxglove are pretty blooming in mid-July. Yes, I filmed this a month ago. I stuck it in my back pocket to play after I had my 3rd oral surgery, which I ended up having to cancel because my kidney function's not doing so well right now. So I decided to go ahead and pull this video out before it got too late in the year to show it. And these tiny little purple flowers are some sort of verbena. I believe that's purple top vervain. Purple top vervain. Sure what the tiny little yellow flowers are. It might be some sort of stock. And those maroon leaves in the back, I think it's a spurge of some sort, but don't quote me on that. Over here to the right behind the dogwood is a bunch of French lavender and I think some glads back there. And then over here as we go through this cute gate, surrounding this cute little fence are all of these boxwoods lined up all the way down and around, which is super cute. I love it. But I remember when she put in the boxwoods, they didn't do so well that first year, and so I don't know if she replaced them or if she somehow was able to bring them back to life. I need to ask her about that. But anyway, over here on this side are some more Shasta daisies, and just in front of that, underneath it, are some cute little jelly bean plants in those containers. And then underneath the daisies around the back, I believe, is some sort of Wagela. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correct. And here we have some Hooker's Evening Primrose underneath this big huge leaf rhododendron. I'm not sure who names those flowers. It's kind of a funny name. But we've also got some, I think it's lemon balm sitting underneath this rhododendron. I don't know if it's not lemon balm. It's some sort of weed that looks like it. I'm not sure whether she planted this or not, but it does similarly look like lemon balm to me, at least from this angle. Next to this rhododendron is what I think is a viburnum, and I'm not sure what type, but I'm pretty sure it is a viburnum. And then next to that is my all-time favorite flower shrub ever is the blue hydrangea, the hydrangea macrophylla, the big leaf hydrangea. And this is the type that you can change the color of the blooms depending on what type of soil you have, whether it's acidic soil or alkaline soil. If you want them blue, have the soil be acidic. You can add stuff like soil acidifier to it. And if you want them more pink, just leave it in alkaline soil and they will become pink. I think it's kind of funny. They're sitting right next to each other and they have 2 different colors and they're pretty much in the same soil. But anyway, I think this is a dogwood. It might be a red osier dogwood. I'm not sure if I'm even saying that right. I'm not sure the stems are red enough. But back over here around, we're going to duck underneath this apple tree. And we'll see what type of flowers she has back here. And I bet you in spring, this part looks absolutely gorgeous because look at all of these peonies. There must be a ton of blooms in spring. And back over here in this corner, I couldn't tell if this was an elderberry, like a young elderberry start, or if it was a dahlia. And so I called my sister-in-law to check. She didn't know either. But back over here with these huge unanimous shrubs, the left one is a winter creeper, I believe, and the one on the right is a Japanese unanimous, but underneath both of those is, well, what used to be, don't know if it's still there, is a fairy fort. I had built my niece, I think this was 4 years ago now. I built her quite a few fairy garden houses and just pieces like a gazebo, a fairy log house with moss as a roof. I built her something that climbed up the fence. There's a staircase all the way up to it. I'm not sure if any of that's still there anymore because it's been a while and it's the Pacific Northwest where it rains all the time. And so the wood is probably destroyed, but it was really cute back there. And then in front of those unanimous is a fern. And I wish I knew what type of fern this was, but sadly I don't. And behind that fern, I think, is the remnants of the log house that I made. Here's a Japanese maple. Pretty. It'll be fall time here pretty soon. It's gonna be pretty. And some more Shasta daisies, and I believe that pink flower, that tall one in the back, I think that's another foxglove back there. And there's more stone crop in the planter on the fence. And then there is some English lavender with some Siberian iris, I think, or flag iris maybe, underneath the stone crop. And then there's a one little Clarkia that's blooming, so cute and pretty. It'll be fun when that spreads out some more. And more English lavender, and we're back to the peonies. So that'll be it for today. We will go over the side yard and the backyard next time on Monday. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, feed the pollinators for me.